Hi loves, welcome to Becoming with Princess Bella. In this channel we groom modern people on how to become the most elegant and sophisticated versions of themselves. So in today's video, I would love to share with you tips on how you can have impeccable table manners. You want to go on a date with somebody this period of Valentine and you have to impress the person, right? Elegantly, of course. I want to show you how to have impeccable table manners. So let's quickly dig into the video. So tip number one on how to have a very good table manner is you need to understand the difference between finger food and non-finger food. So I am going to quickly read you the definition of finger food. Finger food are small individual portions of food that can be eaten out of hand. They are often served at social events. Ideally, they do not make mess out of fingers. Example, biscuits, chin, groundnuts, those are finger foods. Non-finger food, obviously they are the opposite of finger foods. Things like rice, beans, blah blah blah, those things you're imagining right now. Yes, those are non-finger foods. But in the context of our culture, I have seen people hang out to eat grilled fish, aka barbecue, and I've seen people tell them, get me what I want to wash my hand. Of course, it is important to wash your hand before eating, but you should understand that grilled fish or barbecue is not a finger food. No, it is not. No, it is not. Imagine eating your jollof rice and salad or your jollof rice and coleslaw, because oftentimes I find barbecue to also have coleslaw, right? You will not be eating the plus the fish plus the coleslaw plus the potato chips. You'll not be eating them with your hand. It does not make sense. Please let us deviate from that particular behavior, because grilled fish is not typically an example of finger food. Let us instead eat it with fork. It is usually soft, sometimes might have bone, but if you're careful you will actually learn how to eat your finger food. Eat your grilled fish without, just practice it. Go on and practice it. Wash your hand with soap and water, but after washing your hand with soap and water, simply use your cutleries, specifically your fork, to eat your grilled fish, please. On the same note, we are going to actually talk about our swallow. You don't want to put in too much food into your mouth or too much soup into your mouth. Definitely don't want to stain your dress with our beautiful oil. So therefore, eat your swallow in a way that is going to look good, look elegant. Afterwards, please use soap and water to wash your hand. Wash your hand, scrub your hand, wash it nicely with soap and water, and make sure that your hand is smelling fresh. Then you now moisturize your hand. That is the elegant thing, the elegant way to eat our non-finger food swallow, which we just naturally like to eat with our fingers. That's okay. Tip number two, spaghetti. While eating spaghetti, use your fork to eat spaghetti all the time. Just your fork, please. Imagine doing lit makeup that is actually beautiful, and then some spaghetti will now be flowing, just touching your face, touching your lipstick, touching your dresses. It does not make sense. So instead of allowing that embarrassing situation to happen to you, simply roll your spaghetti with a fork and then put a small amount of spaghetti into your mouth at a time. Third tip, menu. Imagine going to a beautiful restaurant and they give you menu, and then you now be you are my lovely friends. It does not make sense. I don't think you should use the menu to cover your beautiful face. I think you should absolutely leave it on the table. Okay, leave the menu on the table. If I were you, to be honest, it is part of what might even make the date going, or keep the conversation flowing, or make the bond to be bonding nicely. You can absolutely tell your partner, hey, could you help me to choose? I like this and this, but I'm not quite very certain of the one I want. Of course, you know what you want. You also want to make him feel like his points are valid and that he's a little bit in charge. If I tell you how many men that likes to be in charge, that likes power, you will not actually believe it, but it is the way men are. They like power and they like to be in charge. So if you give a man an impression, just a fake impression that he's in charge, he might end up getting more attracted or more bonded to you. Thank me for this tip much later. The fourth tip, if you're eating something and You want to remove maybe bone or seed or something you find unpleasant from your mouth, you can actually discreetly remove it without stimulating the attention of the person you're hanging out with. You don't have to or 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 you my lovely friends, and as I'm making this video, my baby just came back from school. My darling, mommy sweet girl. Your eyes, what happened to your eyes? My lovely friends, I go put this stop on that. This is what this video. I say hello, I love you. My darling girl, how is you? How are you? How are you? Instead of getting the whole place messed up, and maybe some people who are sensitive might find it disgusting, some people who are sensitive might find it irritating, just find a way to discreetly do that. On the same note, you're not supposed to use dental floss or toothpick in front of your partner while eating. It's a lot of people are actually sensitive to these things. You can simply do it discreetly, or you can simply excuse yourself and use the restroom. Of course, we already know by this time that you're not supposed to stuff your mouth with too much food at a time. Just take very small portions of food and eat. You are here to actually have fun, share in the moment, and enjoy yourself. You're not here to eat. You're not exactly hungry. You're just here to have fun, to bond, to have a good moment with your significant other. Just put small portion of food into your mouth, so that if you want to have conversations with the person, so that if you want to play with the person, so that if you want to talk to the person, you will simply swallow it fastly and then talk to the person without having a lot of food in your mouth, stuffed in your mouth, and then you'll not be talking and then there is still some food. The person will not tell you, but the person will be looking at the food in your mouth and be wondering, what is wrong with her? What is all this? Some of these embarrassing things can easily be avoided. The 7th tip is, if you're eating and your fork or your spoon falls on the floor, please don't pick it up. It is actually very important that you don't pick it up. It's either you pick something else from the table and use it to eat, or you call the waiter and ask the waiter to get you a new one. The waiter will simply take that one and go and get you a new one. The next tip, I can imagine that my knight in shining armor would want to take me out on Valentine's Day. Please, if you want to sit down, perhaps you're wearing a jacket or your suit or a blazers or whatever you're wearing, open the button of your jacket, of your coat, of your blazers, or just unbutton the button and sit down. Sometimes, especially for people that have stomach, especially for our men that actually have stomach, if you sit down without unbuttoning your button, you might actually sit down and realize that the button has fallen off. Again, don't wear something that is too tight or something that is uncomfortable. Just wear something you're good with. The weather sometimes can actually be hot. Most people just do simple things and don't really always wear suits and all, but I'm just saying, just in case you're somebody that wants to hang out and actually wants to wear suits, maybe it's your engagement dinner, if I can tell, unbutton it first before sitting down. If you ever wonder what part of the table you should keep your drink, do your hand like this. D is for drink, B is for bread. If you're wondering whether somebody will ever eat bread in while going on dates, if you go to some particular 5-star restaurants and you order for pepper soup, sometimes they give you the pepper soup with a little sandwich or a little bread, so keep it by the left hand of your dish, of your main dish, and keep your drink by the right hand side. D is for drink, so keep your water or your drink or your juice by the right hand side. B is for bread, so keep your bread or your sandwich by the left hand side. Okay, that's how it should be. Yeah. While drinking your drinks, your wine, take your time to swirl it, bring it closer to your nose and perceive it a little bit. Perceiving the smell of wine and some juices can help in understanding and appreciating the taste of the wine, and then sip it. Don't gulp it, please. Stop gulping it. Just stop right now. Don't ever do that again, gulping things. Again, also, smearing of ice is something that people should rather drink with glass. I'm actually 40 in this particular one. I always like to drink my smearing of ice, and I always use straw to drink it. It is wrong. It is actually wrong. Try and drink your smearing of ice with glass. If you eventually finish eating and you use complete set of cutleries to eat, please remember to keep them parallel to one another, side by side. Don't cross them. Crossing them means you want to eat more. That is what it means, even though we don't usually talk about these things in our culture, but just so you know, and if in case you want to actually do it right, keep it parallel to one another, and then maybe leave it, dispose of it, or maybe call the waiter to come and carry it. And this is where this video is going to be ending. Tell me which of these table manners you're going to be willing and happy to practice. Until next time, love and light. I will see you in my next video. Bye.